Recently, yesterday on Saturday, this is early Sunday morning, but I ended up moving my albinos and my other peppards into this tank, which is my bottom 20-gallon lawn, and I redid my own hatchery because the little one I had didn't let the other fry I had surprisingly survive, so I created a new hatchery, used a 2-liter bottle, and kind of did my own kind of design for a large hatchery that will probably work better. So yeah, and there's some of my cories that I put in there. They're like just hanging out right now. I have another one over there, another few that are hanging out near back, probably some hanging out in there, yeah, in my little homemade cory hangout. You know, they enjoy it. You get to see some of them do that just like hang out and get other ones to hang out and come out and stuff, you know. They like to occasionally have a little dark time. You can see they like to hang out together. There's some that hang around ornaments, others that are hanging out back near the filter. I use a sponge filter because it's usually easier to take care of them, and I pretty much feed some of my cories veggies, you know, a little bit of pea that's skinned and some spinach once in a while, you know. And also in here I have a black molly that's pregnant that I'm also trying to take care of and let her have her babies in peace and stuff without being pestered by the male. I also have babies and some swortails and guppies. This is a little bit of my tank. This is only one of them. The other one right now is in lights out. But this is part of my fish room. I'm going to turn the lights on and show you some of my other fish. There you go. There's the swortails tank slash molly, guppy, actually endler rather, and my others. You can see it's a little bit out, but it's still good because I usually feast on the bottom. These are some of my pandas. And I have other fish in here. I have 2 zebra danios, some of the fry from the previous swordtail I had that didn't perish sadly, but I also have some mollies from some of the previous mollies I had, because I had one that was a black molly that was okay. And I have these little Dalmatians from my previous one, and I also have these guys, these little Julies that like to hang out. I have 3 of these guys, these pandas. They're really cute. And I have the guy in the back that's hanging out there that's coming to say hi. That's one of my Julies. I have 2 of those guys. They're cute, very fun to have, very curious. These Julies are amazing. I love these guys. I have to get more of them, but usually they hang out with my little fellas and my pandas. They love to hang together. They're very social fish. I recommend them if you're getting into keeping fish and you want something that's a little different. I'd recommend these little guys. They're just fun to have. They have a lot of fun hanging out in the tank. They hang together. They're schooling fish, usually good in groups of 6, 2 males to 4 females. Me, I had some before. I had multiple of these guys, but sadly some of them just didn't take too well. So I'm gonna try again eventually in the spring to get more. And these are my little swortails. They're like really cute. You know, I love them. And you can tell they're swortails because if you look carefully in the back, that's what a male looks like. He has that nice sword tail, that nice point to his tail. That's how you can tell the males from the females. This little one that's here, that's a female swordtail. You can see there's no real point to her. But that's how you can tell them apart, basically, more or less, is the male will actually have what looks like a sword to his tail. Females, not so much. But that's how you tell them apart, more or less. next to their gonopodium that is very prevalent. I like the males. They're just beautiful. You can see that's a male. You see the tail, it's like a long point at the bottom. That's actually how you can tell a male in this species is its tail will actually have that long point to it. It will be very pronounced, the point to it. That's what a male will look like. Females will not have that point, but they'll look like that. No point at all. And I have these endlers that are swimming around. Occasionally you'll see them come up. That's one of my mollies, black molly, probably a cross of Dalmatian, because I have some Dalmatians as well, like this one. I have like 2 or 3 of them in there, and 2 black mollies, and 2 zebradenios, and the 3 Corridora panda, and 2 Corridora Julie. I like to have like a fairly good size shoal of them usually, but this time around I have to still stock this tank with more, but they like to hang out. You can see that they get along very well, the pandas and the Julie. They like to hang out and kind of group together, kind of make up for the fact that there's not many of each. Like there's more panda in there than there is Julie, but the Julie and the panda are very close together. They almost interknit and create their own school, but eventually they're going to have their own schools. It's just a wait. And you can see right here that my albinos and my peppards get along very well as well, because, well, they sometimes breed together. I'm thinking that these albinos are actually albino peppered Corridora, but they do breed and they do create eggs. I'm still waiting to see if they do another batch, because my previous batch didn't survive, sadly. But, you know, everything's trial and error when it comes to fish room. You just gotta keep trying. Hopefully in a few days or a few weeks or something, I'll actually have a new batch eventually. I'm gonna try again. Because if nothing succeeds, try again. So yeah, this is a bit of my fish room. And there's my tank full of guppies and swortails that I have, and I have 1 molly in there that's a Dalmatian. That's about it. So it's just more or less room for fish to like hang out. And I also have plants in here that I'm just slowly getting to go. They're Java fern, you know. I figured it'd be nice to start off a Java fern collection, you know. Slowly get them bigger and get plantlets, and eventually I'm gonna take and start harvesting a bit when I get around to it. And if I get enough of these guys, I'm gonna probably eventually start selling some as soon as I actually have a big enough amount. Right now it's just a small clump, but it's gonna get bigger. Just takes time to cultivate this stuff. It grows slowly, but when it starts producing plantlets, it can look as good as this when it starts. They're actually easy to cultivate, and yeah, I actually enjoy cultivating this stuff because it's good. Eventually I'm gonna do a planet tank. It's just taking time to get all the ideas and eventually get all the plants together and start going.